familiar to Northside LDN Caramba. Today we've got a special guest, my favorite Chelsea content creator, a man like Lewis G. What are you telling me, bro?
Big up, bro. Great to be back on here as always. Shame we haven't done anything for another day, but yo, we're here. Big up, man. Shout out everybody that's locked in. Big up the community, all of that crap. And yeah, let's get into it.
Nah, big up, man, every single time, man. Listen, big up. Make sure you're subscribing to Lewis's channel if you haven't already and you're living under a rock. You know what I'm saying? Go support the real content creators out here. And listen, we were going to go straight into Chelsea, but then you brought it to my attention before we ran the show that Arsenal's £60 million bid for Ole Watkins has been rejected from Aston Villa, man. Yeah, I'm saying, what are you saying about this before I say my opinion on this?
We should be involved in this. If Ole Watkins is for sale like that. Like, I get people are going to tell me, oh, he's 29, he could be close to a decline and all of that. Okay, but he'll be good for me now. He'll be good for me for at least a year or two. He don't really give me the aerial threat, but he gives me the box presence and the decision-making. And he can also get other players into the game as well. Why are we not involved in this? And also, I saw from Secret Scout, because he's the first one that dropped this news, that this would all be centered on them getting João Felix. Why am I going to sell them João Felix to, number one, help a top 4 rival and then also help you in the process? That don't help me. That helps 2 of my rivals. Why do that? Oh, but at least we get a little bit of profit in the bank. Oh, great. Well, we need a striker. We've been talking about a proven one and an experienced one. Right there. But you guys are showing the incentive before we are.
Well, I don't know about that. We're either doing that or we're trying to save face, bro. I don't know why it's taken to the end of the window to even bid. And now look at it. It looks like we're very disorganized. It was kind of like, listen, I'm going to be honest, yeah? I would take Ole Watkins. I know he's only, I think he got 20 goals a season once in his career in the Prem. And the Championship, I think, was the last time before that he hit 20 goals in a league campaign.
But last season, he got the second most goals and assists in the Prem. He was 1 behind Palmer.
But this is the thing. I like Ole Watkins. I think he's a talented player. 29, I don't really care. Like you said, you need an experienced striker. We need an experienced striker. We need someone that's going to bag goals. And listen, I do rate Aston Villa, but according to my fan base, we're a better team than them. We've got better players than them. We've got a better starting lineup with him. So he should be able to perform better. Is he better than what we've got? Hands down. He's better than what we've got. The thing is I just feel like, did we already know that the bid was going to be accepted, or are we that naive to think that we can bid so late in the transfer window, not giving Aston Villa much time to replace him, and just before a game? I think that's a bit naive. Just like when we tried to get Torres for 50 million and £1. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like this is a player that we've seen year in, year out. He's been here multiple years. Why is it taking us so long to bid 60 million? I don't know, bro. I don't know. And ultimately, I'll be real, and some people are going to say, are you being negative? The reality of it is we need multiple signings. Yes, we need a striker, and some people may say that's the main thing we need. I'll take Ole Watkins. But Ole Watkins by itself, for me, does not win me the Champions League and does not win me the Prem. There's a lot more other problems that we've got at Arsenal than just the striker. We've got inconsistent wingers on both sides, one because Saka's out injured. We don't have a number 10 that can perform at the elite level in big games. We don't have a midfielder, a ball-carrying midfielder, deep-line playmaker, other than really Partey, and he's more of a DM, but he's able to do that role. We don't have a proper left-back, experienced left-back. We've got a kid covering at left-back, which is going to bring inconsistencies, the same way you guys got from Jackson. Young player is going to be consistent, even if you rate him or not. Cole Palmer's been inconsistent this season, and yet he's a very talented player. So does this save our season? No. And I think it's one of them ones where Arsenal normally do. Even if we get the player over the line, it's kind of like, oh, we got Ole Watkins, forget about all the other issues. We've done everything we could. When in reality, you've wasted 29 days in the transfer window. You've wasted it because you could have addressed the other positions while trying to get a striker. But with Arsenal, it always seems like they try to do this. It's the same with Sterling. You know, we wasted the transfer window. Right at the end, we got Moreno underwhelming, and then we went in and got Sterling and said, "Oh, it's been a great window. The window's closed." No, you wasted the window. You wasted it messing around. And then just because you get a player last minute doesn't mean that you've addressed all the targets we needed to get. So as much as I could be happy, even if we're going for a second bid, obviously this has been rejected, and we get Ole Watkins, I'm not going to let my club that's tried to Jedi mind trick me for 21 years tell me that just getting Ole Watkins gets us over the promised land. I know the problems in this team. I watch it week in, week out. And only getting Ole Watkins, regardless of how you look at him, he's not solely going to resolve all the problems at Arsenal. And that is my problem, is that we're not going out there and being proactive in doing what we needed to do. And if somebody tells me, oh, yeah, but no, side, you can't get all those players in January. Well, what did we do in the summer? Because the players that we got in the summer, it ain't affecting, ain't fixed.
You've made it that sort of situation where you have to get all of that done. And to be honest, like, the league's already done for you anyway. He just give you a better option in terms of the Champions League and next season. But if I was to try and like figure out why it's taken you so long, I don't get it, because it does come across as very naive, especially the timing of the bid. But maybe it's like trying to get Aston Villa to weigh up selling Ole Watkins to you now or selling John Duran. Because if I'm a Villa fan, I'd rather sell Ole Watkins to you and keep John Duran as my long-term number 9. He's already there anyway, and you're bound to lose one of them. You'd rather lose that one than the one that's probably going to decline in a couple years. So maybe that's the reasoning behind it, but ultimately you have left it too late. That's a bid that could have been done on the 1st. And then it would have been easy to sort out. You have your second option right there. Ole Watkins comes in. You're probably in a better position in both cup games if you do that. You might still be in the FA Cup. But yeah, I think it might ultimately be too little too late, especially with the news that they're this close to having a verbal agreement over Al Nassr and John Duran anyway. If that happens, Ole Watkins is staying. This bid ain't going any further. The only thing they've done is just shown that you do have 60 million you can use. You got time. You might as well use it. But
people say it doesn't suit our playstyle. What is our playstyle? Does Moreno suit our playstyle? Does Calafiori suit our playstyle? Because Calafiori does the same job as Zinchenko that's been frozen out the team, that was bought by this manager that no longer can get in the team on 150k a week. What is our... We don't consistently play a actual playstyle. All we do is think it out and try and cross it into the box. That's really what we do. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, I agree with you, bro. I don't feel like, and I agree with a lot of the chat, yeah, I feel like this is them trying to show that we're doing something. Look how many times, yeah, I don't expect you to watch his press conferences. He's constantly being asked, are you getting a striker? Are you getting a striker? Regardless of what the person or the journal, regardless how he looks at Arsenal, whether he's Arteta in, Arteta out, everyone's telling him, are you getting a striker? Are you getting a striker? This just looks like, can everybody just shut up about me getting a striker? Look, we tried. That's what it's
like the West Ham thing.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
We tried. We tried for Duran. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't trust this club, Lewis, yeah? And it's because, yeah, they have sold me so many dreams about trying to show ambition. When we got Ozil, did we build upon that? We had Ozil, Alexis Sanchez. Did we build upon that? No, we didn't. When we had Van Persie,
brought no one but Czech.
Thank you. Thank you. And he was over the hill at that time. You know, because I rated Czech, one of the greatest goalkeepers I've seen in the Prem, one of the greatest, but he was over the hill. And this club has this thing of trying to sell you a dream. How long, yeah, have we had very good players? Gabriel's turned into a great centre-back, knocked a lot of the bozo moments out of his game. Saliba, absolute class of a centre-back. Saka, very good winger, extremely, really, really good winger. Yeah, and our highest goal scorer. We're not building upon that. We're not getting world-class players. We're not going out there and showing and imposing ourselves that, yo, we're serious. Because how many options have we gone past that we could have got without breaking the bank? If it's Dovbik, you add 20 mil to this bid and you go and get Gyökeres, you don't even need to wait for the club to reject you. It's a release clause.
That's Osimhen right there. Delap right there. Maybe not Duran at this point, but maybe if you'd done it a few weeks ago, that could have been Duran too. Or at least the opening bid, to be honest. 60 million ain't getting you that, but at least it's showing the intent. Now, on the Thursday with the Saudi money, no one wants to go near that because you're not winning a bidding war with them.
Thank you. Just put the money
exactly
down.
What I'm saying about Garnacho, by the way. Because the amount that you've offered is one Garnacho. But here we are. We could even use João Felix to try and lower that valuation. Oh, you want João Felix? Here's 40 million in Felix. Go get me Ole Watkins.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. Like, it's crazy, Lewis, yeah? Because I look at it and I just think, why does it take us so long to get players over the line? This is how we lost Rafinha. Do you know what I'm saying? This is how we lost Mudryk as well. I didn't want Mudryk, innit? But the fact is, if you identify a player, get it over the line. But what we do is we don't move serious, and then that's why we lose bids. Okay, 60 million M's, we're not going to get him. I bet somebody else ends up getting him because we always drag it on, underbid what the team want, or take too long to get it over the line. We were linked with Rafinha before Barcelona. Who got Rafinha? Oh yeah, Barcelona. We were linked with Isak before Newcastle. Who got Isak? Oh yeah, Newcastle. We were linked with Buendia. Where did he go? Oh yeah, he didn't come to Arsenal. Like, bro, I've seen this story before, bro. And then it's the whole thing. We tried. This thinks to me of we tried to get Higuain. We tried to get Benzema. We tried to get Draxler. We tried to get Houssam Aouar. I've heard it, bro. I've heard it so many times with this club, bro. About we tried. How come you guys are How come you guys are unable to get it over the line? Once upon a time, we went and got Tottenham's captain. Don't tell me, yeah, that why was it that David Dean was able to get Tottenham's captain, and nowadays we can't even get Ole Watkins that I rate, but weren't at the top of my list of strikers. He wasn't. He was in contention, but he wasn't the top, bro. I want Gyökeres. That's the one I really want. But
that's the thing. We know what it's like with you guys, though. It's top 4. As long as you guys are guaranteed top 4, they don't give a damn, and you guys ain't dropping out the top 4. The worst you'll get is in a top 4 race, but it's one that you'll be expected to and probably would win. That's you guys, and like with us, don't even know what we're doing. We keep trying to get Tell when Tell don't want us. I keep likening it to the mate who keeps trying to move to the same girl that ain't interested. And here we are.
What is going on with that? Because actually, we were actually linked with him from yesterday. I saw links to him. I've seen him being linked to Man United. Looks like his agents trying to shop him around. Because how is it that all of us are in for him when all our clubs, yeah, we need strikers? What a coincidence. He's linked to all of us. What are you guys doing with that deal? Because I'm hearing something about Nkunku going to Bayern Munich. I don't know. You let me know. What is actually going on?
That was our plan. We were trying to offer them Nkunku in one separate deal and get Tell in on another deal. But Tell just don't want to join us. He now wants to leave Bayern. That dropped a few days ago. But he sees the amount of competition at Chelsea and he just don't want it. Because at Bayern, he's struggling to get minutes. He don't want to go join another club that's not going to guarantee him minutes as well. And we can't do that. So he wants to look elsewhere. You're interested. Frankfurt's interested. United's interested. Spurs are. There's a string of clubs. And he just don't really see Chelsea as the one that suits him. Which is fine. Like, I don't really care too tough, but move on. Stop dragging this situation. And stop with the briefings that Chelsea might still consider dropping a bid for him. You've been rejected about 3 or 4 times. You're not going to drop a bid. You're just going to keep dropping briefings saying that you're going to drop a bid. And then you're going to do a Garnacho bid closer to deadline day. Because you're going to try and do the same stuff that you did with Sancho, which is bid late and hope you can get a cheaper fee by that point. So just spare me all the trouble because I already know what this window is going to be. It's going to be Garnacho near deadline day, and then people are going to pretend that's a good move for us. Can't be bothered for it.
Bro, it's mad. This is why, I put in the title, before I knew about the Ole Watkins bid being rejected. I'm not even surprised in it. I'm not even surprised. But anyway, Chelsea are Chelsea moving? I put the question, are Chelsea moving like Arsenal? The rebuild needs rebuilding. Because you spend so much money and there's so many players out on loan that you could have just focused on, we've got a starting 11. Yes, we need a couple of bench players, not as many as you went out and bought, and then focus on getting a proper striker and a proper spine of your team. You lack a spine. You lack that centre-back pairing. You lack the goalkeeper. You've got the DM, to be fair. You've got the DM. But then you're running that DM down into the ground. And then the other one, Lavia, he keeps getting injured.
He's already in the ground.
At least that one isn't really in terms of quality, at least. At least you can give them and say, okay, cool. Lavia's Cassaday, quality. Do you know what I'm saying? Jackson, I don't think would be that bad if he was the understudy to somebody. But as the main guy, it's like when we got Jesus. When we got Jesus, I weren't mad at it. But I said, yo, this guy won't be the guy. If you're telling me that this is going to be the guy that we're going to get behind, we ain't winning nothing. He weren't the guy at City, he ain't going to be the guy here. If Pep can't get more than 14 goals out of him, who the hell is Arteta to get more goals out of him? Respectfully, what are we talking about here? So it's kind of like that. And then you've got goalkeeping options, but you continue with Sanchez, which you've barked on about. Why didn't they address building a strong foundation, which is the spine of the team?
See, like, with what we've done now, it's fine. But for me, it's now you have to build the experience on top of it. Like, there's so many bad areas with the money spent, that has become such a big problem for us. And I feel like this window and the last one have just been very eye-opening. Because all I said after we sat Poch is I'm now looking at Clearlake, I'm now looking at the sporting directors. Because you brought me an inexperienced manager that is doing the Arteta and basically learning the top level on the job. Now, he's going to annoy me at some times. He is annoying me, but he's the last of my problems. And I do think he can get better and learn from situations like this. So, whatever. You're the ones that entrusted him to be the guy to give us our targets and then lowered the targets. Pochettino got sacked for not making top four. This manager's not even expected to make top four with an extra £250 million spent. That don't make any sense to me. Now, in terms of centre-back situation, our most important centre-back is also our most injury-prone one in Fofana, and we just don't have a direct replacement for his profile. That's my bigger issue, if anything. You need that aggressor at the back that has the recovery pace that allows you to play high up and also be able to get back in time. Fofana can do that. Even with the injuries, he don't lose the recovery pace, so I don't mind, but like I'm now at a point where I need someone over Fofana because I just can't trust him to stay fit. We brought back Chalobah, brings you a bit of experience, but he ain't the level raiser at the back. He's solid. I'd keep him. I don't really want to get rid of him like that. There's other centre-backs I'd get rid of before Chalobah, but I'd have him as like maybe a starter, not really the main centre-back, like not the guy you look at and say, him. That's the guy marshalling that back line. That's the guy that runs that entire back line. I don't really look at him like that. In terms of midfield, we're starting to rip up our depth, which is starting to make the Conference League a bigger issue. Even with the centre-backs, we're trying to loan Cassaday out to Aston Villa. Why? Why are you helping a top four rival that hasn't got any centre-backs fit? Why are you helping them? Cassaday would suit them if they play defensive-minded football. You send him to an Everton, a West Ham, or any defensively-minded team, he's instantly more respected as a centre-back because that's his bag, not playing high up. Don't send him over to Aston Villa. Like, they have centre-back issues. Let them leave them to rot in their centre-back issues. The striker. We've said for 2 seasons, we need a second striker. Be it as an understudy to Jackson, be it as somebody that's better than Jackson, I just need a better profile. I need somebody that has got a bit of box presence, someone that's a little bit more ruthless in the box. Jackson's shown me that and then taken it back. And we haven't got any other options for him. But we're not doing anything. So ultimately, you're looking at, and there's nearly an entire spine that needs to be sorted. We need a Lavia replacement, but we don't have one. We loaned that one out to Southampton. And the goalkeeping situation is so driven by politics, it's ridiculous. But Sanchez is untouchable because the head of goalkeeping is from Brighton, and he's in love with him. Who else? Yeah, and Win Stanley as well, another one from Brighton. So them two are combining and basically forcing Sanchez to start week in and week out. And the manager just ain't got the balls to drop him, which I get, but I also don't. Like, it's going above your head, which I understand. But I mean, you do pick the lineups. If you were to start Jorgensen and he has a good game and we win it, you can't really be getting an earful for dropping Robert. You can't. Like, just take the initiative. Drop him. He's not a good a good goalkeeper. He's the worst starting one in the league. But we keep standing by him. And all of these problems are making top four a lot more difficult for us now. And we're not doing anything in the window except waiting till deadline day to move for Garnacho. Great.
This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, I can't believe it, bro. Like, I grew respect for your club when you guys started moving mad serious under Roman, bro. Like, a lot of these players, like, you know, a Drewsbury Hall, bro, he would have been sold real quick. He would be on loan and then flipped for a profit when you're going to get your main target. You know, there's certain players, it's like, bro, you lot never used to have the patience for it. But you used to use Cobham, yeah, for money laundering. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no, like, bro, you have to be special coming out of Cobham to make it into the team. There was no, you have to start. Even when you had loads of youngsters out on loan. But at least, you know what the one thing that Roman did so well? Your starting 11 was done. And your bench was always addressed. Do you know what I'm saying? So then when you're making extra money, you're like, okay, cool. That's calm. Because we're using that extra money, but the bench and the starting 11 are there. We've got the starting 11. We've got a bench that can affect the game. You know what I'm saying? Even when you used to go out to rivals and used to get players, look at what you lot did with Giroud. Do you know what I'm saying? And now you're there being linked to Garnacho and this and that. Yeah, you may not get him, but still, come on. Chelsea never used to get linked to players like this. Even like this whole youth project thing, you're completely right. The youth project thing, you lot used to get the best in class, bro. You man go get Ancelotti. You man go get proper. Even when you'd bring a bum, yeah. Who was it? The guy that won you your first Champions League?
Di Matteo.
Di Matteo.
Even he was interim. He was just meant to steady the ship.
He's there to steady the ship, knows the standards of Chelsea, and wins you a major honor. Where did that come from? Because he knew his job is on the line. He knew you ain't doing this process stuff. He knew if you fail, you're out. He already knew the culture of the club.
He was out 3 months into the next season.
Man.
In October, November, we got rid of him. In spite of winning us our first Champions League. Why? Because the form dropped. Simple as. The man was just too inexperienced for them to trust him. We hated that at the time. We hated the fact that Benitez came in next. But, I mean, got us third and got us a trophy and then just left.
Your club's doing the Starboy thing, bro, with Palmer. Your club's doing the Starboy thing. And as much as Palmer is a baller, bro. I've said it numerous times. I'll take him at Arsenal. But no player should be exempt from being accountable for performances. No player. Even if it's a legend, bro. You ain't performing, you have the whole bench. You're not performing, you're off at halftime. There has to be accountability. I don't see no accountability. But I see so many similarities with Arsenal, bro. You lot are just, bro, even the whole Colwill thing. I'm not a Chelsea fan. Bro, if I rate your player, I rate it, bro. I don't really care in it. I like football, innit? If I rate a player, I rate a player. I said from early, Colwill ain't it. No, Colwill, this, that, Cobham. I said, bro, ban Cobham. Do you know how many Cobham graduates you lot didn't give a crap about, bro? Some of them you didn't even give a chance. You're just like, yeah, we ain't impressed with the loan deal. Out, go. And now all of a sudden, Colwill, bro, if the player ain't good enough for the betterment of your club, you have to be ruthless. And to the Chelsea fans, the reason you say that your club is different to mine, the reason you say your club is different to mine is exactly that point. You were ruthless. There was no process. The process and the project was to win now. And now you want to do an Arsenal team. You clown my club, and rightfully so, because I clown my own club, because I hate that. I wish my club was ruthless like Roman. Once upon a time, it was more ruthless. You know what I'm saying? But you can't clown your rivals, yeah? You know what I'm saying? And then you become your rivals. Are you dumb? If you become Arsenal, I'm clowning you. I do not care, bro. I'm going to laugh at you.
That's what I hate the most about this whole, we don't need to get top 4 now. What do you mean when that was the target last season? My whole thing was like, trust progress. Trust progress, not the process. I look at what Maresca's done with the team. I see progress in the squad. But don't minimize the expectations. Don't do that. Because like if it's just top 4 in a trophy, I'd be fine with that because next season I'm not going to ask for top 4 in a trophy. I'm going to ask for a trophy and for us to be competing for the league title. Hopefully with all the additions needed to win that.
But your manager shouldn't be saying that though, Lewis. Your manager shouldn't be saying that.
It's coming from the sporting directors. They're the ones feeding into him. It's not him. Because Pochettino had the target of top 4 and that was from the sporting directors as well. How they've spent 250 million and lowered the expectation is so baffling to me because they don't need a year to just understand the system and get better. You can do that and get 4th. You've shown that in the first half of the season. Why are we now lowering the expectations and continuing to leave it at that level? That don't make sense to me. Maresca's been saying this since August. And we played to a point where we were second at one point. We were at a point where we could have even been top of the league if Liverpool had dropped points in one game. And now we're saying, oh, just wherever we finish is wherever we finish. And it's okay. No, that's BS. That is doing the Arsenal. Like, I get with the inexperienced manager and everything, there is a lot of similarities to Arteta. But I don't need to do the 8-8-5 thing. Go get 4th. I don't even need the first season of that. The squad's been here and been here for a year. It was meant to have been strengthened, but our last 2 windows haven't been good enough, so it's stagnated. They're waffling. It's straight waffle about it's okay, we'll go and get top 4 next season. My target next season should not and will not be top 4 because we should already be there. It should already be back in the UCL. Because once I'm back in the UCL, now we can start offering higher wages. Everyone gets a 30% wage increase. So what is the point? But I agree. They're doing a lot of shit that I would have cussed out Arsenal for, and it's driving me nuts. That's why I said this season is solely about looking at the sporting directors and everything up above. Because I know what I'm going to get with Maresca. There's stuff that's annoying me, but I know I'm going to get annoying moments with him. Ultimately, there should be better options within this squad, seeing as you spent 3 years building it up. Why is Sanchez still my number one? Why do I still not have another striker option? Why is our midfield depth being taken apart? Why are we looking at Garnacho? It's so dumb. It's so pointless.
It's crazy, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Like, how long do you give this manager? You know what I'm saying? And do you ever see the Chelsea fans, if they keep, you know, if they do sell you dreams and they don't get to the promise, like how long do you give Eva? How long do you give the manager? How long do you give the ownership? Do you see your fan base doing what my fan base are too cowardly as a collective to do, which is riot, which I will be doing at the end of the season. And people can hold me to that. Yeah. Because I will be doing a march, bro. I don't care, bro. I'm sick and tired of it, bro. I will be going outside the Emirates and I will be protesting because I've had enough of this. You know what I'm saying? How long do you give the ownership and how long do you give the manager, bro?
The ownership is a this season thing for me. In terms of the manager, like I still doubt I'm going to be manager out at any point in this season. I doubt it. Because for me, it's a sporting director's thing. The squad that you've given has too many holes in it. The fact that our targets have gone backwards is solely from you. And the fact that you put all of this on an inexperienced manager who is going to learn on the job and who is going to get better at his job is also on you. So I can't look at that. My only thing with the manager is if you sack the sporting directors and get new ones in, and then the new ones say, Maresca ain't my manager, I have someone else I want to bring in, you go back him and you go get rid of Maresca. It is what it is, because he got brought in by the last sporting directors. You go and back the next one. But as for now, last one on my list. The players that have been here for over a year, spotlight's on you. The experienced ones, especially, even bigger spotlight. And then it's the sporting directors and it's the owners. So I expect people to be turning. People are already turning on Clearlake and the ownership. In terms of Maresca, I dare you lose on Monday. I dare you let Graham Potter come to the bridge and get a victory. That place is going to get toxic. Very similar to Undersari. Because the Chelsea fans already don't like this style of play. We've never been accustomed to possession-based football. Never. So, hey, things are going to get more and more worse for him if he don't get results soon, because we're not playing big six teams like that. We've got Villa away in a couple weeks. And other than that, there's no real difficult games like that up until we play you lot in mid-March. So you need to start going on a run, because ultimately 1 win in 7 with the opposition that we've been playing is not good enough. It's nowhere near good enough. And even though I expected us to have ups and downs, not against this level of opposition. So, yeah, I think a lot of things are going to be told this season.
I mean, I'm seeing news here. Big up to Hooks and everybody that's joined from Hooks. Make sure you subscribe to Hooks as well. You know what I mean? Halftime Hooks. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, My G. Big up for the raid. And look at this here. Porto enter Cassaday race. Torino on watch. Lazio turn to Bologna. Apparently, it's saying Porto, the latest club to enter the race for Italy under 21 star Cassaday, while Torino and Lazio both continue to negotiate with Chelsea over a moon before the January transfer deadline day. What do you make of this, bro?
Whoever can pay the money and use that to go and get a striker. Like, we've been trying to sell Cassaday for the last 2 windows. The fact that we brought him back last season for height or to barely use him just says a lot about how stupid our decision-making's been with him. But he's bound to leave at some point. I think we're just trying to find some sort of fee that gives us a profit, because that's always the plan. So, whatever. Flip that, brother, and use that money for an area of the squad that can be helped now. Ideally up front. But I doubt we're even going to do that. So I'll be real. I'm so indifferent about the whole Cassaday thing, because barely invested in him. He'll be a good player in a few years for somebody, not for us. Don't care. It's just like, what if all of that was for 5-10 million profit on him, they're just gonna use to buy another 15 or 16-year-old. I don't give a damn. Like I saw yesterday, we're linked to some 16-year-old Brazilian left back that we're gonna spend 10 million on, and I'm thinking, oh great. Like that's the news I want to hear going into deadline day when I want to strengthen our first team. We're getting some 16-year-old left back. Great. Flip him in 3 years' time. He might be good, he might be bad. I don't give a damn. I want somebody for now. We need options for now. But hey, here we are. Here we are, innit?
Bro, I hear it, man. You're sounding more and more like me every step of this process, bro. I can't even lie. I see in João Felix as well. Apparently, you guys are looking to get rid of João Felix. Do you know what? Yeah, with João Felix, I feel like it's unfair. Listen, you're the Chelsea fan, and I'll get your opinion.
Yeah.
But as somebody, not because he's Portuguese, in it, because we got Fabio Vieira and he's rubbish, in it. You know what I'm saying? He don't deserve a chance. But João Felix is like, is he really being given a platform to kick on? Like the other day, I think it was against Wolves. Like Palmer stayed on until like the 84th minute, bro. It's like even when he's not,
and he was playing injured, by the way.
It's like, I can't blame João Felix to want to leave because he came back because he obviously liked something about the club. He liked the club. You know what I'm saying? But then if you're not giving him a chance, he can hold bench, yeah? You can hold him accountable. He's holding bench because he's not performing and the player that's playing in front of him is performing. But when the player in front of him is not performing and yet gets to see 84 minutes, and as soon as João Felix doesn't have a performance, he's holding bench, I don't really understand it, bro. Like, I can see his frustration. I don't know, man. At this rate, he's not going to reach his potential. And I know potential, a lot of players have potential. But you have to give a player a platform. And I feel like, I know Ethan is way less proven than João Felix. I say this about Ethan as well. It's like, I don't know the level of Ethan, but Ethan ain't given a platform at Arsenal to succeed because Odegaard can drop stinker after stinker and he will still play the majority of the game, if not 80% of it, regardless of his performance. That's not giving the other player an incentive to want to take that place. That's showing the understudy, you have no place in this team. You're here to play a bit part player. We may play you in the cups, but basically it's a favoritism thing because it doesn't matter what you do. You know, it doesn't matter how well you play. And at the start of the season, João Felix, I saw a lot of games that he was playing well.
But for me, like, I don't get it either because he only seems to play in a 10, even though he doesn't show me any creativity for that role. We don't try and use him as an option for the wings. I get he's not really great defensively, but like neither is Noni, and Noni always seems to start for us. At least I know with Felix, he's going to give me something similar, and he might be better in terms of his end product. Just use him as that option. If Jackson ain't having a good game, play Felix in the 9. But we don't do any of that. We just leave him. We just leave him there and bring him on with, 5-10 minutes left to go in games. I don't understand it. I don't even think Felix wants to leave like that. He still seems relatively happy at Chelsea, but if there's options there that will offer him more game time, especially in the Prem, he's going to take it. He's been, his representatives have been in talk with Aston Villa, talks with AC Milan, and a few other clubs as well. But we're very unlikely to sell him, especially with more focus being on Nkunku to be sold. It's just, why are we not using him? I get Maresca didn't want him, but the option's there. You can utilize him. When Palmer is starting to slow down in games, bring him on. If Jackson ain't scoring, bring him on. Well, hell, even start him up top for one game. Like, why not? Jackson is dying out there, and we're not doing anything about it. But it's another indictment on our decision making because the manager didn't want him. Omarodion was there, but he apparently failed his medical. But he's cooking at Porto. So I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
You're right, though, because I was watching him. Obviously, I'm a Benfica fan as well. I saw João Felix play as a shadow striker. And to be honest, a couple of seasons, bro, he was our highest goal scorer. He was scoring big, important games to get us over the line. So he has got a finish on him. I do know that at times he needs to simplify his game because it's not the Portuguese league and it's way more intense and you have less time on the ball. But he's had that responsibility at Benfica. And I agree with you. If Jackson ain't performing, which he hasn't been performing as of late, why not play Felix there? He had that responsibility at Benfica. Yes, it's a Portuguese league. Yeah. Okay. But at the same time, at least try to get something out of the player that you're not getting off the player that you're starting with. And I think with fans, yeah, a lot of times this is the most annoying thing is when you keep seeing a manager make the wrong choices or making a lack of decisions. When we had Odegaard out at the start of the season, a couple of games in of the season, Odegaard got injured. We had Zinchenko that can play a 10. We had Ethan that can play a 10. And yet Arteta chose to play Trossard in the 10 and Mikel Moreno, a DM, in the 10. That's like you lot playing Cassaday in the 10, bro, if Palmer's not available. What kind of logic is behind that? It makes absolutely no sense, bro. And when you see managers making decisions or lack of decisions, it's frustrating as a fan because at least you can say, okay, cool. Jackson weren't performing, cool. Play Felix as like a false 9. Yeah, I'm saying. Play him as a false 9, we'll see. If he's not performing, then all of a sudden the fans can say, okay, cool. The manager, we understand now why he's dropped him because he's given him a couple of games to perform in that role. He hasn't performed. Cool. He's completely justified in that position to get him out of the team.
And that's what's happened with Nkunku, by the way. Because like he's told us numerous times Nkunku ain't a 9. And when he brings him on as a 9, I can tell why. Because he don't get involved in games. He doesn't have the all-round game that Nicholas Jackson has. Can you not try that with João Felix? Now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for City because Felix had some family situation. He had to leave and he weren't a part of the squad. But if you're going to keep persisting with Nkunku, when you have Mark Hiu on the bench, who is a striker, I'm going to assume you can do that with João Felix. But you don't. So, I don't get the plan. I don't get it. Like, João Felix should be the next one off the bench if you don't trust Mark Hiu. Because even he will have the same energy. You bring him off the bench for 30 minutes. If he's garbage, I won't even blame him for it. I'll be like, he's 18, whatever, calm, we know now. But do it. Because if he was to come on and score and win us a game, suddenly we'll trust him as an attacking option for us off the bench. We don't even do that. So it's just a waste of everything. Maresca's stubbornness in games has been one of the few things that's annoyed me. That and his inability to drop Robert Sanchez or to take players like Palmer and Jackson off if they're not having good games or if they need the rest. Like, you should be willing to do that. I remember Antonio Conte would take Hazard off around 75 to 80 minutes, regardless of the state of the game. Winning, you're off. Losing, you're off. Regardless of the situation, you're off after 75 minutes. There was times where it annoyed me too, but you can do it. It shows you can do it with the key players. Do it now. But we're running our players into the ground instead. So.
But this is what I'm saying. Playing Partey at right back when you've got 2 fullbacks available that you brought into the club. Well, Tierney, you didn't get rid of him. Okay, fair enough. You didn't bring Tierney. Yeah, but you had Zinchenko there and you're playing Partey at right back. And then he comes out, in a press conference saying, oh, for a fullback, we have no fullbacks available when you did have a fullback available. So then he quickly adds on to that people didn't quote. He adds on to that, oh, yeah, but you need a right-footed player to go up against a winger on the right-hand side. No, you don't. No, you don't. Bro, you need a right-footed right winger because he needs to cross the ball. And if he has to cut in on his left, a lot of times you give the defense to set. So I understand that argument more than a right-footed right back. Right-footed right back for what? For what? I don't understand. For what purpose does he have to be right-footed to play on the right in the right back position, bro? This guy talks absolute rubbish.
Especially if you're playing against a right-footed left winger. Because if he cuts inside, you can cut in with him and you're on your strong foot.
Bro, I'm right-footed. I could still defend with my left foot. Why do I have to be left-footed to play on the right-hand side? I can still win the ball with my left foot.
You've seen the reverse as well. Aspie's won the league playing left back for us. Bro. Benched Ashley Cole there as a right back.
It don't make no sense. For what reason? I understand it for a right winger because when you're running down the channel and you've got the numerical advantage, by the time you cut in, like Man United, for example, they're playing with wing backs on the left-hand side. The problem is they got their low. A lot of times, whoever they play the left wing back role, instead of whipping the ball in first time when you see the run, they have to cut in and whip it with the right, which all of a sudden breaks down the attack because all of a sudden it gives the defender more time to set, or you catch the attacker offside. Because you've released it too late. You didn't release it at the right time. So when you're playing like that, I understand it. But when you're a right back that's just supposed to sit and defend, why do you need to be right-footed to play it as a right back? I just don't understand the nonsense, bro.
I think it's just a reasoning you can throw out there to try and like stop the conversations about it. I think that's the idea.
It's absolutely crazy, bro. Like I can't lie, yeah. Like seeing, I ain't got no love for your club. I'm looking at behind you. I'm seeing all that trophies. It always pisses me off. Every time you go live and I see those trophies, it pisses me off, bro. Because
I'm now just to remind me of the good days and remind me of the standards that you need to uphold as a Chelsea fan. Because you don't win those by just trusting and believing blindly. You have to see it as well.
Bro, I've had enough, man. I've actually had enough.
Plus, I don't know the next time I'm going to update it either. So,
bro, at least you've won it all. This is the thing I always say when we link up. Yeah, I always say this to you. I was like, bro, even you being in the mud, I get it. Yeah, you got that ambition. You know what I'm saying? You always want to win. I fully get it. I'll never knock that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, at least you've seen it all, and you've seen it multiple times.
But that's a different type of pain. Like liken it to someone who's always been broke compared to someone who had it all and then lost it all.
Thank you.
That's painful, bruv. I've seen us do all of this, and like now it's a process thing, which is like okay, but progress. A process is fine if you're progressing. You're telling me that we're not expected to progress this season. So what's the point of everything then? You guys are just wasted 250 million. You guys sacked the manager for failing to reach those targets. And now you're saying those targets don't exist. You should be sacking the sporting directors for that alone. For that alone. Because it's not Maresca saying that. It's the sporting directors. They are the ones that have told us that. So here we are. Bro. This is why I'm so just annoyed. Very annoyed with what's going on this season. You had an opportunity to build on a team that should have got fourth and should have won the Carabao Cup. And instead, you've just wasted time, wasted windows, wasted money. You brought in a bunch of players to want to get rid of half of them.
Or deem them not even
good for 30 million, and we're trying to get rid of him now. João Felix, you brought in, you're trying to get rid of him now. Jorgensen don't even start. The only outright moves that we've done that have helped us is Neto and Sancho. Nothing else has really been a good transfer from us so far. It's all either up in the air or you're trying to get rid of them already.
Have you been using Mark Guiu in the Europa Conference? Because I ain't watched your Europa Conference.
Yeah. I think he's second highest goal scorer there.
Okay, so can he not get some minutes in the Prem?
That's what I've been saying. You literally had a hat trick in your last Conference League game and wasn't given any minutes off the bench for that. He'll come on and get like 10 minutes and stuff like that, and that's it. And to chat as well, I know Maresca said that from the start, and I've ignored that. I've said that's wrong. That's straight wrong. But that comes from the sporting directors. That's why I'm not saying Maresca's changing his energy or anything like that either. He's said this from the start. It's always been about getting the best out of the squad for this season because that's what's been told to him. That's what he's been told to go and do. So that comes from the sporting directors. They are the ones that haven't given him that target.
But he doesn't have to say it. He doesn't have to say it. He can hear something and not reiterate it.
This is why they hired him. They wanted someone that was going to give them their voices in the press room. Why do you think he's doing Sanchez Defense League every week? Because that's what the likes of Ben Roberts wants him to do. Because Ben Roberts sees him as his love child. I showed you all the articles yesterday. They're in love with each other. So that's why they want him to defend him every week. Tell the fans that he's okay. Tell the fans that he's good. It's okay. Cassaday misplaced a few passes and all of that. Which, by the way, the nerve of comparing Sanchez to arguably our player of the season is insane. I didn't mind the Noni and the Jackson stuff. They aren't in form. That's fine. Cassaday, oh brother. Oh,
you lot are hitting almost 10 years without winning a league title, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bro, nah, bro. You know why I laugh, yeah? Because this ain't the Chelsea, yeah? This ain't the Chelsea, and I ain't a Chelsea fan. This ain't the Chelsea that I'm used to seeing. And listen, of course, I love it, innit? I love it because everybody else that cuss my club, rightfully so, may I add, rightfully so, because they actually factually have not been incorrect, alongside the stuff I say about my club, I love to see it. Because everyone, sometimes I need people to feel my pain. Do you remember how arrogant, how arrogant Man United fans were under Fergie?
Yeah.
And they would bro, they would never believe that they would be going through that at that time. And now look at them, bro. They're about halfway, I'm saying halfway
They're
through
into 12 years without a league title, I think.
Bro, I can't lie, bro. I cannot lie. It's so mad, seeing fan bases that I used to say, yo, look at United. Why they keep winning? And we keep sending our best player. Look at Chelsea. F the process, go get this and that. Now I look at you lot and saying, oh, right, I can see similarities. We ain't changed. You lot changed. Yep. And yes, you've got a different ownership, but let's not go on that. There's one thing having money and there's one thing having ambition, isn't it? You can have money. Arsenal's shown that you can have money. Anyone that wants to talk about, oh, yeah, but, this and that, bro, you man has spent, what, over £1 billion under new ownership. Wrong guidance, not putting the right people in place to make the proper decisions, whether it's your squad building, whether it's your manager that you selected. Yeah, and it's the same with Arsenal. We spent almost £1 billion. Look at our squad, bro. Look how many things that we lack from our squad. It's not just about money. The biggest thing that Roman brought to your club was the mindset and looking to go and get the best in class. He wasn't content. It's not just about money. Do you know what I'm saying? It is about going out there and holding people to account, expecting the best out of people that you're paying top dollar. And when you invest, do your due diligence. I remember when you lot got Diego Costa. My uncle told me, yo, Diego Costa's coming to the league. He's going to rip it up. Look what he did. Do you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even...
We're looking to find someone who could be the next, or who could be in that level in a couple of years. And that's the annoying part, because I didn't mind that as a base. Build the youth base, and that's fine, because you had to rip up the whole of the squad before. We've already gone into that. That's fine. But now you have that base, build on it with the experience to help guide them to the top. Then you have the youth prospects that are now experienced, that are now at a top level, and we have the club at a top level. Then you build on that as well. Instead, we're still stuck on what the first phase is, which is bringing in those young talents that could be good in a few years' time. You've done that. The youth is there. Now add the experience and stop spending this money on children, because they're not going to help me now. And that's why I've started to fall apart with all this crap. Rebuild, fine. First phase, bring in the youth, fine. Now bring me the experience. Instead, what are we doing? We're lowering the expectations. We're saying it's okay for us to not get into the top 4. How? How when you've spent over £1 billion? How when you've been into this for 3 seasons? This is where the sporting directors need to leave. You're telling me what you've done isn't good enough if the targets aren't top 4 anymore. So why are they still here? Or are we just going to wait for them to not get top 4 and then do it? It needs to be done as soon as possible for me, because they've sabotaged the last 2 windows. You should have built on it then. But we haven't. We're just trying to do the same thing we've been doing every year.
Bro, I'm going to tell you this now. Yeah, you're right. We won stuff since you last did. And let me tell you something, yeah, to all the Chelsea fans. Yeah, United fans used to have this kind of outlook, yeah. You allow your club to be run into the ground long enough, it will be irreparable for an extremely long time. You see, you lot talking about Roman, that's like talking about Arsenal when I first started sporting, when I became an Arsenal fan in the 90s, going invincible, doing league doubles, doing all that type of stuff. Bro, that shit is in the past. Eventually, yeah, that becomes shit of the past. Man United used to dominate this league, bro. That's something of the past. If you let the rot set in and you let the ownership lower your expectations, you do this project thing, star boy all the time, can't be dropped, different expectations for different players, allowing this nonsense, let Arsenal and Man United be a cautionary tale for you. Yeah? Cautionary tale. Man United didn't fix up fast enough. Look at the state of them. Arsenal, we've been the longest outside of Spurs. We've been the longest in the mud, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? All this Roman stuff, next thing you know, it's 10 years away from Roman era. 15 years. 20 years. Next, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you man need to act now. I'm telling you
this is my problem with this as well, with this comment. I get we have won stuff since Arsenal last did. But that was under the old ownership. I understand the criticisms behind the old ownership because it's part of the reason why we had to do that rebuild. Guess what? We're now into our 3rd season. I don't care no more. I don't care about all the stuff that happened on the Marina. I don't care about all the times that we stagnated or all the issues around that because you're here now. And right now, it's Clear Lake 0, Arsenal 0. You can make it 1-0 with the Conference League. Whoop-de-doo. I'm expected to win that. I already have that as a trophy won in my mind. I dare you try and get yourself knocked out of that. But it's 0-0 now. That was fine last season when we're complaining about why we've had to do that big rebuild. That's fine. Now it's year 3. Year 3. So, no.
Yeah.
I don't care about none of that anymore.
Look at this, Lewis. What's your thoughts on this? They have to reignite Chilwell so they can sell him in the summer for value. Do you think you'll sell him?
These are the guys that gave him 190k a week just off a purple patch.
Oh my god! So that's your Zinchenko.
He had 1 purple patch in 22-23, and we decided, let's give him a contract extension.
Oh my god!
Then they decided what style of play they wanted to work under the manager with, which is yeah, great.
Bro, I
don't even think they'll end up reintegrating Chilwell. I think it's going to be Gusto and Reece James used as emergency left back depth because they've done it before. Chilwell's just out. He's just out. It's easy with Chalobah because Chalobah still fits the wage structure, so you can reintegrate him. Chilwell don't, and he'll raise a lot of questions. So no. That ain't ever going to happen, but it's pointless. It's pointless.
Bro, it's absolutely crazy with what's going on, bro. I ain't even seen you lot's wages, bro. Because I was going through this with Arsenal, yeah? Have you gone through you lot's wages?
Yeah, our wage structure ain't that bad. There's Reece James is on big money, but I don't care too much about that because he's quality. Sterling's on 325k. We can't get rid of him. He's our modern day Lukaku. I've already accepted we're going to be loaning that guy all across London until his contract expires and paying half of it. Other than that, there's not really any big problems with that. It's just Chilwell and Sterling you need to get off the books. And we're fine. I don't mind James being on that money.
Article. You got Chilwell, it's saying here on salarysport.com. Maybe they're right, maybe they're not. They're saying that Chilwell's on 225 a week.
Let me check Capology. Capology is usually the most accurate for it.
Is that the most accurate? Cool. Let's see. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you're subscribing as well to Carefree Lewis. Anyone that isn't subscribed, make sure.
Oh, he's on 200. Oh, brother. So add another 10k to that.
That's what I'm saying.
Fafana's on 200k a week. He's good, but he can't stay fit. And Nkunku, 195k a week. We're trying to get rid of him. We probably will this summer anyway. Cucurella and Enzo Fernandez are both over the 150k a week. And so's Neto. What? This big strict-ass wage structure, but we broke it for Neto for an extra 10k. How does that make any sense? Oh, whatever. Whatever. Chilwell will be gone and Nkunku will be gone. Sterling's God knows. The surprise we broke that for Neto for an extra 10k. Yeah, Neto's on 160k. He's on 160. So I guess that wage structure ain't as strict after all then. Where's Palmer on? 130. Fairs. You managed to get him on that for 9 years. Fair play. Fair play.
It's mad. It's mad. I can't even lie, man. Now I get why you're annoyed, bro. I can't even lie. I get why you're annoyed because going from what you've seen, winning everything to this, oh my days, bro.
They're fucking it up. That's the most annoying part. This could be a process that is a lot more straightforward if you had just got a damn striker in the door and a little bit more experience at the back and any better goalkeeper. Kept some of the midfielders that we sent on loan, like Ugo Chukwu. All of that would have had us in a better position for now, and no one's really making too many complaints. That's the most frustrating part. We said that yesterday. When your team's this close and you're just fucking it up.
Mm.
So we're stagnating or potentially going further back down. That is annoying as hell. Because we don't have a rubbed out squad. We have a good squad. But it needs more additions and you're just not making the right calls. And that is where my biggest issue is with this. Progress, not a process. That's always been my motto. You lot are trying to tell me it's a process. No, we should be progressing. I'm not accepting another season of 6th. I'm not. That is enough reason for the sporting directors to leave. The last 2 windows, this one included, is enough reason for them to leave. But who knows? If we don't get top 4 and they're not gone, then Clear Lake as a whole is just rubbed out and we're fucked. We're fucked.
Yeah, if you don't let this happen, if they don't, if they don't get you top 4 at least and win the Conference League, and your fans don't do nothing, well, guess what? You lot are the blue Arsenal, bro. Welcome to the party, bro. Welcome to the party. Lewis will be the new African League gunner. You know what I'm saying? All of you lot that are calling it out, you lot will be old, angry. You don't care about the club. You're twerking for rivals. You don't care about winning. This and that. Rome weren't built in a day. How can you compete? This and that, bro. All of that's coming, bro. All of that's coming if you lot don't check this. And listen, as an Arsenal fan, I hope you don't. I'm telling you this because I know what it feels like, and it's just rubbish. And overall, yeah, it makes the Premier League worse, bro. When Tottenham ain't serious, well, then again, they're never serious. But I've seen them better than what they are now. I've seen them under Redknapp, and they play better football under Redknapp. When Chelsea are not serious, when Arsenal are not serious, when Man United are not serious, it's rubbish, bro. Because when we want to watch football and stuff, I want to watch the Chelsea game. I want to see some good football. Do you know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't want you lot to win. I'm a rival. Why would I want you to win? But I at least want to see some good football. I want to see some level of ambition. I just want my club to be better and win the major honours. But overall, it's boring, bro. I watched the last Chelsea game, boring. I watched the Arsenal games, boring. Tottenham games, boring. It's all boring, bro. Man United, boring. Complete snooze fest, bro. The Premier League is boring. It's getting to the point, yeah. I'd rather watch La Liga, bro. It's looking that bad, bro. It's like, this is rubbish, bro. Absolutely rubbish. I can't even lie, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, if you lot continue this, film the protest, I'm going to live stream the protest. I'm going to live stream. I got 2 massive battery packs as well. So I'm going to live stream, fully charge my phone, obviously, and I'm going to live stream the protest. Whoever turn up, turn up. Whoever don't turn up that lives in the UK that follows my channel, then cool. I'm questioning you because how much are you willing to sacrifice or take out your time to try and do a difference? The protest probably won't make a difference, yeah? Because I've seen Turkish try to set up a protest and not many people. Obviously, that was years ago. He's a lot bigger now and stuff like that. Maybe a lot more people would turn up. But there's too many people in England, fans, that are spineless, bro. Absolutely spineless. They put more effort in chatting crap in Twitter and talking all this rubbish about our process and talking more about referees and uproar about referees than calling out your ownership and your manager. That's how it is in my fan base, bro. More effort in calling out referees, VAR, pundits, content creators that they don't like, instead of actually calling out the people that are in charge, allowing this football club to get cussed, to be told why we will never win in Europe. You'll never sing that. We ain't won the Premier League in 21 years. Do you know what I'm saying? The bench is looking all over the place. We've got stupid players on stupid wages. But no, the enemy is not the people running the club making the decision. It's the referee. It's the referee. It's VAR. Since when is VAR sponsored by Arsenal? Since when are they on our payroll? Do you know what I'm saying, bro? But this is what it is. Diversion. Stops
you looking at your club.
Did you see about Michael Oliver? He was getting abused because of the red card for Skelly. I said it, bro, when I did my lunchtime live, yeah? Bro, these fans will tell me that I'm not allowed to criticize players at my club, yeah, that are earning an absolute fortune, yeah, and I can't call them out, yeah, but I don't go in their DMs. I don't talk about their wife. I don't talk about their kids. I don't talk about their religion. Do you know what I'm saying? But these men will go in DMs, do all of that, and then talk about mental health when it's somebody that they like, or Saka. You can't say this about Saka. You can't say that. But I'm not even saying the things that you lot are saying. And look at the abuse that you're going to find these people. These players ain't watching Northside LDN. Let's be real. I'm not going to flatter myself. They're not watching. And even if they were, it's my channel. Don't watch it. I'm not seeking you. I'm not calling you. I'm not going in your DM. It's my channel to say my opinion. It's the hypocrisy, bro. And this is what it is. Diversion all the time. Oh, but Chelsea spent $1 billion. Oh, yeah, but how can we compete? Because Pep. But then Pep falls off this season, and who's taking advantage? Oh, not Arsenal. Oh, yeah, but who's out there? There's no quality in the market. But every time when we're linked to Sterling, they tell me it's quality in the market. You're happy with Sterling coming to this club. You're happy with Havertz coming to this club. You're happy with Moreno. You're happy with Trossard. You're happy with Martinelli staying and being on 180k. Bro, these man, yeah, they move the goalpost, Lewis, yeah, all the time, bro. All the time. We were linked with that Sesko. They told me before when I said we need a striker, there's no quality in the market. As soon as we're linked with Sesko, he's a baller. I thought you told me there's no quality in the market, bro. But because we're linked to him, baller.
See, man, like Eduardo Hagen said, he weren't happy with the money that you lot were offering for Ole Watkins. I was like, huh? You've been asking for a striker for years. What are you talking about? But I hear it's so stupid, and I'm just more annoyed that it looks like we're becoming that. I said I was gonna know a lot about what Clearlake was like after we got top 4, because for me I always wanted to focus on what you guys were like, because you guys do the whole as long as we get top 4, it's okay. I don't need to strengthen. If we got top 4 this season, I'd see if we strengthen on that or if we just rest on what we already have. Here it looks like we're already just resting. And we'll go get it next season. How is that your mindset? You lot who have not got a shirt sponsor because, oh, I need the UCL money. I need the UCL level payout that we'd get. You're telling me top 4 isn't a target. How does that make any damn sense? You who sacked Poch because he didn't get top 4, and rightfully so, is now not holding the same standards. Was now not holding the same expectations of top 4.
Was top 4 expectation at the start of the season for Forest, but they're there.
Exactly. Word to Lee Gunner. What phase is Nuno in? What phase is he in? Eddie Howe, another one.
Isn't it?
Eddie Howe's doing what we couldn't do, and he's actually taking advantage of 1 game a week.
Isn't it funny? All the clubs that say, oh, next season, we're building next season, those are the ones that always fall short. Arsenal, Tottenham, Man United have been like that as well for a long time. Fall short. All these what that's lower the standard. Oh no, but we're building, we're doing it. They always fall short, bro. You know what I'm saying? How is Slot going into Liverpool when everyone was telling me they need a rebuild, they need time, and even I thought they needed time? Do you know what? Can say anything about their ownership. At least they put the right people in charge, bro. They put the right people in charge. Instead of going a project manager, they go and get Klopp that was doing bits in the Bundesliga. Their sporting director, bro.
Even that Klopp was a project manager. He just produced the results. Like, there was progress. 1 year, he comes in immediately 2 cups. Didn't win anything, but he got him to 2 finals immediately and weren't even his squad. The next year, he gets them top 4. The next year, he gets them a Champions League. The next year, he wins the Prem. That's a process. That's a process everyone should be getting behind. Because that's how you build a team from the bottom up, and you tell them trust the process. And guess what? Those Liverpool fans believed from the start. Why? Because instantly they were competitive. Even if they weren't great in the league, they were competing for cups. Man got to a UCL final in their 3rd season. That's a process. Their first Champions League, they got into that and they got to a final.
Bro, they won that with less money spent on Arteta, you know.
Again.
Your club has spent more money, bro. Your club has spent more money, and my club spent more money. And within that time, what have we won in comparison to what Klopp won? And man are telling us that it can't be done. Well, maybe they did their due diligence in scouting when they got Firmino. Maybe they did the due diligence that when they let Coutinho go, they knew how to identify a goalkeeper. They knew how to identify Van Dijk. That was what? I think it was at Celtic. Do you know what I'm saying? Salah was at Roma. Mane was at Southampton. Yep. Come on, Lewis, bro. Like, how are they able, to do their due diligence here and get the right players in? Players that were.
The maddest thing is they all came in and had immediate results. Some of the man we got to wait a couple years for. Some of the man have come in and had immediate results. Some of the man we're already trying to get rid of. Figure that one out.
Bro, it don't make no sense, bro. How are they able to do that? How are they able, bro? The players that they scouted last season or the season before that are now coming good under this manager, bro. And what was the expectations for this manager? No, everyone's like, oh, Slot, we don't really know. Oh, what's he going to do? Man's getting a tune out of Gravenberch, making him better. Bro, our players are regressing, Lewis. Our players are regressing. When these men are telling me, oh, we're going to unlock players. How are we going to unlock Sterling? You can't even unlock Martinelli. How many years has this guy been here? How are you gonna unlock? How are you gonna get Moreno to unlock a player? You can't even unlock Jorginho. I thought Jorginho was coming in with winning mentality. I thought Havertz was coming in with winning mentality. Well, guess what? Last season, when we're getting knocked out again, when we're losing to Bayern Munich, well, where's the winning mentality then? Where is it? Because that's when we need you.
60 million on Havertz was just. We've already said that numerous times. That's the biggest way to sabotage a project ever. Especially with the trajectory that you guys are on. But for us, it's not even the targets aren't even there. The targets aren't even there. And we've got to such a sad point that our fan base is now doing up Poch prop. There's still idiots in the chat going, oh, Poch was showing progress. Yeah, a five game run of form where we look good in 2 is progress. This is where our club standards have got to. We're now propping a 5 game run and doing up Poch revision. Oh, we should have kept him. Well, we should have kept him. You're a bitch, bruv. Get out of here. The reason why I still have trust in Maresca is because Maresca actually showed me something at the start. He actually managed to hit the ground running to an extent. And he's also inexperienced. And he's also an up-and-coming manager. So he is likely to improve and get smarter and learn from the mistakes that he made. Not a morbidly obese whale who made excuses after saying we were going to compete for the Prem.
It's crazy, bro.
But this is what our fan base has become. Poch disciples.
It's crazy.
Here we are.
It's absolutely crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy. Chelsea in the worst position out of all the clubs. I disagree. Yeah, you lot got European heritage. Arsenal don't. You lot can actually sell players. Arsenal don't. Yeah, you lot can at least break even. We struggled to break even. This is why at the start, when this manager came, we were ripping up contracts because we couldn't sell the players. Yeah, you lot are still got players. Still look at your club as a big club. Well, they don't look at Arsenal as a big club, bro. This is why we have to put Havertz on 280,000 a week. This is why we have to put Zinchenko on 150. This is why we have to put Jesus on 240,000 a week. This is why we have to put these dumb players on dumb wages, bro. Because that's the only selling point at Arsenal. Oh, do you want some money? Okay, we'll throw money at it. Oh, you can come over. I think
you guys must be really easy to negotiate with.
Bro, I think Declan Rice is on 200k, bro. Declan Rice is on like 200, 210k a week. He's not better than Gravenberch. He's not better than Lavia. He's not better than flipping Cassaday. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not better than McAllister. There's bare midfielders he's not better than. Why is he on this kind of money, bro? It don't make sense, Lewis. Havertz is our highest goal scorer, bro. This guy is getting out, bro. This season, bro, Clivert is scoring more, and Mbeumo is scoring more. Flipping Mateta is scoring more. All bare players are scoring more than this guy that are on a fraction of his wages, bro. And you know what one fan said to me in the comment? Northside is the market. I said, this is the market. Gyökeres is on 50,000, bro. Are you dumb? He scores 20 goals a season. What are you talking about?
Duran's another one on cheap wages. Delap's another one on cheap wages.
It's boring.
I don't know what Sesko's on, to be fair, but I'd assume it's something relatively decent.
It's boring. It's boring.
100k a week. Still doable.
Well, you know, it is what it is. Big up to Lewis, man. Big up to your damn self. Let the people know where they can catch you, bro, and what you got coming up next, bro.
Yeah, big up, man. I'm probably going to do a live stream on my channel sometime tomorrow. Probably just another venting one. Or who knows, we might actually drop that bid for Garnacho, because that's really going to be what unites everybody. But yeah, big up. It's always great to be on the channel and everything. Shout out to the chat. There's been a lot of love in the chat. Some Poch peggers, God bless you. And yeah, big up. It's great to be back on, as always.
Nah, bro, come on, man. Always love, man. Always love. You know what I mean? Always love. And listen, we're gonna redirect to somebody that's going through a lot right now. You know what I'm saying? Man like Jay. the Tottenham fan, make sure you're subscribing to Jay. Really good guy. Make sure you subscribe to Jay. And yeah, man, make sure you're subscribing to Carefree Lewis. Link is in the title. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everyone locked in. And yeah, man, we're out. I'll be back for the Arsenal match reaction. And we better not lose. I got the Maggies ready. We better not lose because I'll be losing it. You know what I'm saying? But big up. Love every single time, Lewis, for jumping on. And we're redirecting to Jay. Love, familia. We're out.